More and more, I think I'm realizing that I'm not going to be able to live a normal, unfettered life until such time as Final Fantasy XIV is out of the way. So let's keep moving, getting it out of the way, why don't we? We got a long way to go. I've been told to expect 40 to 60 hours for all of the expansions, taking grades into account, which is a little worrying. I'd kind of hoped ARR would be the longest single chunk of the game, but you know, we're committed at this point. Rambros, back to the Crystal Tower with us, huh? What you got, buddy? Circus Tower. He's frustrated over Noah's lack of progress in the Crystal Tower. Sorry, just making sure I had enough space there. Wait, hang on. I was making sure I had enough space and then I put OBS away. There we go. Alright, all is in readiness. Rambros, talk to me. Maybe. Hey, there's our boy. It's Grahatia. Ah, 'tis you, my friend. You are doubtless eager to hear of our progress on the Crystal Tower. Excellent. I'd be disappointed to hear otherwise. Of course, disappointed is the word of the day, I fear. I'm ashamed to say that there's nothing worthwhile to report. The suns continue to probe the labyrinth of the ancients, and every day brings new discoveries. Alas, the same cannot be said of the Crystal Tower proper. We've not been able to set so much as a single foot inside it. You recall how the 8 sentinels stood between us and the labyrinth initially. In like manner, the entryway into the principal spire, Circus Tower, the Allagans call it, is also protected by technology far more advanced than our own. Sid and I have tried every trick we know, but without success. Frankly speaking, we're at a loss. It's discouraging, but we cannot give up. There must be a way in. And so the situation stands, my friend. Until we get entry into the tower, I fear your talents shan't avail us. It will require time that I am loath to waste, but I have a mind to set my people to scouring such ancient texts as we have on hand. Perhaps we can be of assistance. And you are? Wait, who the fuck are you? Be at ease, friends, for we share the self-same goal. I am Unei, and my companion is called Doga. We are scholars of the Allagan civilization, sent by the students of Baldesion to assist in your endeavor. Unei and Doga, rather unusual names for this day and age, if I might be forgiven for observing. But I digress. You claim to be here at the students' behest, but we've received nary word of your coming. Moreover, in light of the recent incident at the Isle of Val, I should think that they have rather more pressing concerns. We can only assume that the message failed to reach you due to some mishap. I can assure you that we are here to help. What you got? What is it, Graha? 'Tis nothing. There was a pain, but it has subsided. Well, this is rather unexpected. Your right eye is the same as ours. The same? You have the Allagan eye as well. The sanguine hue is said to be a trait unique to the Allagans, yet I inherited it from my father as he did from his. Only one child in a single generation is born with the eye. All my life I've sought to learn the truth of its manifestation. If there is aught you know, I implore you to tell me. My deepest apologies, but we have no answers for you. Only one thing is certain. Those who possess the trait are bound by fate to Allag. As your eye has placed you upon the path you walk, so too have we come here to fulfill our destiny. Absurd though it may sound, it is the truth. It seems to me we have naught to lose by accepting their aid. What say you? If that is your wish, then so be it. Yet know that I mean to verify your story with the students of Baldesion when I am able. I trust there'll be no objections. Very well. As of this moment, I name Unei and Doga advisory members of Noah. Without further ado, let us have them examine the Circus Tower entrance. I promise you'll not have cause to regret your decision. I don't remember these two ding-dongs, so... Arwen, I should be much obliged if you would accompany our new friends to the tower. Biggs and Wedge are presently surveying the 8 sentinels. The 2 of them can show you the way. Upon arrival, pray report to Master Garland. He will brief you on the situation. I shall join you, Arwen. With Unai and Doga's knowledge, along with your uncanny knack for setting events in motion, I am hopeful that we will finally see progress. Hey! Seems like Rambrose is a little fatalistic. Not to worry, though. We bear optimism enough for the team. Back to the Crystal Tower approach. Can we mount here? We can mount here, but we can't fly here? Yeah, shameful. Little antechamber instance. It's probably pretty cool when you're doing this with a pre-made group way back in the day. What's Wedge got to say? We're examining the rubble in the hopes it'll yield a clue to entering Circus Tower. Can you tell we're getting desperate? Biggs.
Well, if it isn't Longpoint, eager to enter Circus Tower and kill everything in sight, no doubt. As I'm sure you've already heard, though, the place is locked up tight as a clam. And no friends from the students, you say. Excellent. It's been slow going, or rather no going, for the chief. He'll appreciate the help. If you'll just follow me, I'll take you to him.
I wonder was that the voice that we originally did for Biggs? I don't remember. A kind of Mayan art vibe there. Probably Mesoamerican, is fair to say. The Mayan. I certainly don't know much about specific pre-colonial civilizations in the Americas. Because of all the genocides that the Puritans and the Catholics did.
Some old faces to lift the spirit, and a couple of new ones besides.
Allow me to introduce Unai and Doga. They're scholars of ancient Alag sent here by our friends of Baldesion to aid in the investigation. We understand you're having trouble circumventing the tower's defenses. 'Tis our hope that we can be of some small assistance.
If your attire is ought to go by, your assistance should prove invaluable indeed. I'm positively green with envy. To begin with, let me tell you where we stand. Beyond rises Circus Tower, the principal spire of the structure collectively known as the Crystal Tower. The only way to get inside is through the proverbial front door, the imposing gate you see here. The problem is we can't get it to open. It's sealed by some mechanism whose workings are not a mystery to us. Having no success via more orthodox methods, I went at it with everything from a pickaxe to a Magitech cannon. Nothing so much as put a scratch on it. For a blessing, the gate doesn't try to reduce us to ash like the 8 sentinels. That doesn't make it any less effective as a security measure. It's fiendishly frustrating in its simplicity.
The only clue we have is the elaborate device carved upon it. A man and a woman, respectant. Allagan royalty, by my judgment. Everyone in this world is very familiar with the conventions of heraldry. Precisely who these individuals were, we cannot say. Nor do we know whether the device actually serves a purpose. Like as not, it is purely decorative. Or these 2 siblings are supposed to make out to get us in the tower. Go ahead, do your little stand and smooch. Their royalty and breeding comes with the territory. So, G'raha believes that he is of the line of Alag, and that is why he has this eye. That is not true.
If you think it to force it, save your strength. It's no use. Just ask the calluses on my hands.
But in fact, rest assured we do not mean to waste our strength. Indeed, why should we exert ourselves when the gate will open of its own accord? You sure seem sinister, buddy.
Meow. Meow.
But yes, G'raha's line was essentially the last descendant of Alag fobbed off the cursed bloodline of the Red Eye onto a Mikote tribe. So the idea that it's because he has royal blood is intriguing. It's more like they bear a curse that an ancient queen did not want to herself. I don't think any of us expected that to happen.
7Ls, what is this? What did you do? What are you?
Ooh. Piercing the heavens and gathering the light, a symbol of mankind's glory and might. I've yet to see any bad verse in this translation. Its virtue guarded by gates impregnable, only to those of royal blood answerable. Well, that wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. Exactly as passed down through legend, I am delighted to see. Yes, it's him. It's our boy. Yeah, you gotta give us the spooky music, or else the voice doesn't really work that well. Hey, boyo. Beg pardons for interrupting your bewilderment. I couldn't help but notice the remarkable playthings you've acquired.
Nero, you still alive?
Garland, if I didn't know better, I'd say you weren't happy to see me. But I jest, in light of our recent meetings, you have every right to be wary. But rest assured, I'm no longer a threat to you. My legion is for all intents and purposes defunct, and my association with it means a tight noose awaits me back in Garlemald. And so I've been roaming this land Eorzea, a regular itinerant. In the course of my wanderings, I chanced to catch wind of your latest venture. It sounds positively fascinating, and so I decided to come here and join you. This is a good-looking model.
After the wrongs you've committed, you think us that gullible?
I have not gone back and reviewed my James. If you are suspicious of my intent, 'tis only my just deserts. But I'm determined to make amends. As a gesture of goodwill, I will share with you what I know, starting with these two odd characters. As you are doubtless already aware, the Crystal Tower was the symbol of ancient Alleg's might and prosperity. Entry was permitted only to royalty and a select few individuals. According to the records I've unearthed, only royal blood can open the gate. In other words, the Emperor and his progeny were living keys. Nobles, You mean to say these two are descended from Allegan royalty? Oh, I suggest nothing so glamorous. To put it plainly, they are imitations of royalty, living keys born of Allegan ingenuity. Clones, I believe, is the name your creators gave your kind, is that not so? I love that crown of thorns, though. 'Twould seem that the time for concealment is past. Pray accept our apologies. 'Twas not our intent to deceive. We simply wish to avoid causing undue alarm by prematurely making what many would consider deranged claims. If it please you, let us return to the Eight Sentinels. There is much and more to tell. Couldn't we just go into the dungeon? Or you could do it in a voiceover. Do the secret world thing. Just give me a nice voiceover while we go through the dungeon. Very well. Okay, guess Gra is calling the shots now. Never let a twink make a choice. They are to be strictly controlled by the state.
7Ls, do you seriously mean to follow us around?
Come, Garland, you know me better than to think that I spoke in jest. What more will it take for us to be reconciled? A gift, perhaps? What you got? The invisible object. An Allegan tombstone. Oh, we should blow some of those. It holds the information I just shared with you and a deal more besides. It used to be the jealously guarded property of the 14th Legion, but it's yours now. I wish you joy of it. I look forward to working together, old friend. It's like a Willem Dafoe look. Alright, Dogo, what you got? Well, let's talk to everybody else first. You have every right to mistrust us, but I beg you hear us out. Long have we waited for this opportunity to fulfill our life's purpose. Let's hear what Unei and Doga have to say. It won't be too late to decide upon a course of action afterwards.
It goes without saying that Nero can't be trusted. We do well to keep an eye on him at all times.
Why don't we fucking put him in prison?
To think the Allegans could make copies of people. If this knowledge were to fall into the wrong hands, the world would become a terrible place. I shudder to imagine a dozen Biggses shouting at me all day long.
The Chief and Nero go all the way back to the Magitech Academy. It's an exclusive school situated in the capital, reserved for the Empire's brightest elite. I don't know the nitty-gritty details, but they didn't get along back then, and they don't get along now. Fate's a bastard for bringing them together again.
We may not have gotten off to the best starts, but the past is the past. Yesterday's enemies can be today's friends. Don't you agree, Warrior of Light? Min, you're pretty cute. You can stick around. Just don't pull any dramatic sabotage. If you are ready to listen, we shall tell you all. As it pertains closely to your investigation, your leader Rambros may wish to be present. Sure. I love Rambros being present. I mean, I do love Rambros being present. He's been a reasonable leader so far. He certainly kind of sourced stuff. I guess in the end we basically sourced it, but he put us on the path to sourcing it. Outsourcing. Before we begin, pray allow me to apologize again. It was not our intent to deceive you. As you will have already gathered, we are not scholars sent by the students of Baldesian. Nay, we are clones. Copies of people who once existed, given life through Allagan technology. This is rather a lot to take in. If it would not be considered unseemly, might I ask why you and yours were created? And more specifically, what is it you seek now to do? Answering our questions requires that we revisit Allagan history. Pray bear with us. PowerPoint! PowerPoint! Come on, do it! The Allagan Empire reached its zenith long before our kind came into being. This is a new track, isn't it? In that glorious age, the Crystal Tower stood tall as the symbol of Allagan pride. Parents took their children there that they might learn how the nigh limitless energy it produced brought prosperity to the whole empire. That prosperity, though, bred decadence, and the empire began to show signs of stagnation. This decline was made all the more rapid for want of strong leadership. In a matter of generations, the Allagan civilization became a pale shadow of its former self. Its once gleaming cities fell into disrepair, and its frontier lands were given over to wilderness. Lamenting the pitiful state of affairs, one technologist made it his mission to restore Allag to greatness. My god, this was all already feeling like fashy talk before they used the Reagan-Trump slogan. Amon was his name, and he believed that the ailing empire wanted for but a potent ruler, and none was more potent than its founding father, whom he sought to resurrect. The founding father? You can't mean Emperor Janda. None other. As part of his experiments, Amon created clones of the Emperor's descendants. We are the products of that experiment, copies of Unei and Doga. Historical texts mention the reigns of two Allagan empires. Woof! Historical texts mention the reigns of two Allagan emperors named Janda. It was commonly believed the second was the namesake of the first. After all, such a custom is not uncommon among royalty and commoners alike. To think that the two were in fact one and the same. Janda returned from the grave and assumed his throne once more. And true to Amon's prediction, the Emperor restored his realm to the glory it once knew. Would that he could have been satisfied with that. You mean there was a yearning for a mythical past that never existed? A return to it? In his previous life, the Emperor desired to bring the entire world under Allagan dominion, an ambition that ultimately went unfulfilled. Having been granted a second chance, he was determined to succeed. Realizing that he needed more power to wage his war of conquest, Janda turned his sights toward a forbidden source, darkness. In order to learn how to harness this power, he converted the Crystal Tower into a restricted research facility.
Darkness, again? Seven Hills, what is it with megalomaniacal rulers turning to darkness in their lust for power? Well, at least this one won't be bothering us, being thousands of years dead and all.
Oh, Sid, you naive child. Would that you were right, Master Garland. Eee, everybody showing their teeth. Eee. Alas, Emperor Janda is very much alive. Within Circus Tower, he still abides, his ambition burning all the more ardently for his empire's collapse. Ooh, very pretty. Wielding the power of darkness requires prodigious amounts of energy that not even the Crystal Tower could produce. In order to augment the shortfall, Dalamud was created and launched into the heavens. On high it hung, gathering the sun's energy and channeling it to the tower below. However, a miscalculation resulted in a surge of energy that escaped into the land. This triggered an earthquake of unprecedented violence, the calamity that ushered in the Fourth Umbral Era. Now, is that true, or was it actually the rejoining that caused that calamity, and it just happened to correspond with, or itself cause, the apparent cause here on Eorzea? An intriguing question to which I know not the answer. In the blinking of an eye, the mighty Allagan Empire was laid to waste. Yet even as the Crystal Tower was sinking into the earth, the technologist Amon, now Emperor Janda's closest aide, invoked powerful magics and halted the flow of time. Every soul within the structure, the Emperor included, was placed in a deep slumber. In that state they were to remain until the time was ripe to awaken. Cool. Not Eris, that's a character's name. Eras came and went. After millennia lying dormant, Dalamud was summoned back to the earth. Its descent triggered the Seventh Umbral Calamity, in the wake of which the Crystal Tower re-emerged. At that moment, Emperor Janda reawakened. In his lust for power, the Emperor consorted with darkness and was seduced by its corrupting influence. Even though his empire is now little more than a fading memory, he will stop at nothing to see his ambition realized.
All I want is for the whole map to be one color. I have the red-green blindness. I need it all to be one color. It's upsetting when they color it wrong.
'Tis for no other purpose but to put an end to Janda's madness that we exist. This is the mantle that we have inherited from our namesakes, the true Ne and Doga. You're true enough. Fearing what might befall the world. The two of them sought to thwart their emperor. They gave unto us their will, that we might carry on their mission should they fall, or fail, or both. When we came to our senses within the Crystal Tower, we deliberated a course of action. Concluding that we alone could not overcome Janda, we struck out to find a worthy ally. It's taken years, but our search is finally over. There's no ordinary man who can cut a path through the labyrinth of the ancients. With you as our champion, Longpoint Arrowin, we are confident that we can end Janda's dark ambition once and for all.
Well, that'll teach me for speaking too soon. Setting my chagrin aside, I see now why you knew about the students of Baldesian, among a host of other things. You were observing our investigation the whole time. So what we do, Arwen? The world's in grave danger again, and it just so happens you're an expert at saving it.
Arwen is a pillar of resolve. Yeah! You have our eternal gratitude. Together let us see the Allagan Empire's dark past laid to rest. It has been our mission to recover the long-lost knowledge of the Allagan civilization. But what worth is that knowledge if it means subjecting the realm to peril? Truth be told, it pains me to think that the tower's secrets may become lost to us, but the greater good must ever come first. Besides, no quantity of ancient relics can compare to our friends Une and Doga, living, breathing Allagans. And so I hereby declare a change in Noah's objective. Henceforth, we shall direct all efforts towards sealing off Circus Tower. Its dark secrets must never know the light of day. Arwen, as you did for us within the Labyrinth of the Ancients, I would have you enter the structure and eliminate hostile elements. Suffice it to say, this includes Emperor Shanda himself. Is it only 2 raids? I thought it was 3. I'm pretty sure we've seen that it's 3. Meanwhile, the rest of us shall examine ways to isolate Circus Tower from the outside world. To work then. So, I thought I had come to a better place on audio balance, but reviewing the previous video, everything was still too low most of the time, but then in the middle of the video, there were spots where it was too high again. I don't really understand why that is. It's almost as if combat music is actually a different volume than rest of game music. It just doesn't have a separate slider. Wait, there's something I need to know. My right eye is like yours. Does this mean... I believe it was her namesake who did this. You inherited the trait from your father, you said. Know that clones are unable to bear offspring. You have no cause for concern. The Allagan Eye, you called it. But to us, it is the Royal Eye, owing to the fact that the trait manifests only in those possessed of royal blood. Or those cursed. I cannot well explain why the eye runs in your line, but I am disinclined to think it a coincidence. Though you are doubtless impatient to learn the truth, pray have patience. That's a bit of a weak line. All will be revealed in due time.
Ay, ay, ay. I'm just gotta get a breath of oily air here. Really relax into the situation. Ting ting.
What have you got to say now, my friends? Though their names do not appear to have survived the passage of time, Doga and Unei were worthy individuals. They were not without faults, but they placed the welfare of the people above all else. When Shanda was resurrected, they supported his second ascension to the throne in hopes that the Empire would flourish once more under his leadership. When it came to light that Shanda was consorting with dark powers, they did all within their power to stop him. There's another repetitive sentence here. Among their many acts, they imbued us, 2 humble clones, with their will. Within Circus Tower, you will encounter clones who share our appearance. Though they too were created in the image of Doga and Unei, they are but empty husks bereft of independent will. Their sole purpose is to eliminate intruders. Striking down splitting images of Unei and myself may give you pause, but you must not let that stay your hand. I mean, I'm used to it. I know clones. I know low-budget BBC programming. Double casting the same actor, talking to themselves, is just a classic maneuver. My apologies have given you cause to worry. I'm quite well, I assure you. As you can appreciate, there's been much for me to think on. But now is the time for action, not idle thoughts. Circus Tower awaits us. Your task is to eliminate all hostile elements within the structure, Shanda himself included. This will afford us the chance to seal off the facility. May the crystal grant you strength. Grahatia. The truth of my eye is ever on my mind, but right now every man of us has a job to do. Rest assured, I shan't allow myself to be distracted. Did I say the same thing again? Yeah, just same thing again. Very well, use the duty finder to enter the tower. Well, So it is, like, 12:30? 12. Saturday, I guess now Sunday. What's a cue? Oh, this is why it was so loud in that one part of the video, because that entrance to the dungeon is incredibly loud. That's what it was. So I just chose the worst possible place to park my ass when I was doing those Encyclopedia Eorzea reads. So I would like to go in as a summoner, of course. But also, I don't really want to sit around for half an hour. I was like 15 minutes last time. Let's see. I'll give it 5-10 minutes. I don't think we'll... Well, we could just read from the encyclopedia. God damn it, it's on the other side. Fuck you, loud hole. Circus Tower. Yeah, it is 3. Having secured a path through the labyrinth of the ancients, the Fellowship of Noah finds itself before the entrance to the Crystal Tower proper. With the aid of their new comrades Unei and Doga, the companions succeeded in opening the gates whose workings had baffled even the brightest minds among them. Upon learning the dark forces have awakened within, the Fellowship decides to suspend its investigative effort in favor of sealing off the tower. You must fight your way to the apex and defeat the resurrected Emperor Shanda, that Eorzea might be free of his all-consuming ambition. Shanda, of course, being shame in German and notably Yiddish. But it's quite a modern term, even in German. Yeah, so what do we want to get up to while we wait? Whoops, well, I was setting up more story time with the encyclopedia, then I got distracted by Twitter, and now we've got a pop. Pray for the pop, please. Pray for it. Put your fingers together. Put your hands together. Do you believe in fairies? Whew. Wait. Good thing I noticed that I had that tweet up displaying on OBS. That was good old Kirkhammer right there. He of the Ehil fic. Which remains one of my favorite things that I've done on this channel. Probably the only thing resembling deliberate art that I've participated in. There's no reason for me to leave this video running while we're trying to get through these queues. There we go. That wasn't so bad at all. That was like a 5-minute wait. Nothing to it. Maybe 10 minutes. I'm not paying that much attention to the clock. I got nowhere to be tomorrow. And while I'm unraveling the tiniest bit, I'm feeling pretty good. This is the terrible truth, is that anytime I'm not doing this, I am like, I have to plan to do that later. And anytime I am doing it, I feel pretty good about it. So why don't I just do it? Well, because there's an infinite supply of podcasts, and Dark Souls is always right there. Okay. I actually got back on a Bloodborne kick lately. It's not usually in my rotation of Souls-likes, just because being entombed as it is on the PS4, it's really just the load times that kill me, and the kind of other couple of quality of life things all tied to load times being as bad as they are. Let's turn down the music volume again, by the way. What? Oh, wait, did I skip the video? Did I skip the video? I must have skipped the video. Shit. I wasn't paying any attention. Fuck. Forgot that we were here to see that. Oh, I've been on mute too. Amazing. How long was I on mute there? Anyway, the short version is I guess we accidentally skipped the video just because reflex, you know how these things are. The wait for the instance was short, and here we are now. And I hope this music isn't overwhelmingly loud. It's so hard to know. I don't want to turn it off though, is the thing. It's a bit piercing on my end. I guess I can turn it down at a hardware level and not trouble myself none. Okay. Shall we remember how to do this? Already we forget again how to do this. Dumping the cooldowns from our summon. Dumping our energy charges is the word I'm looking for. Yellow Dragon. That's all of the instant cast charges, Flaming Crush and Crimson Cyclone, evacuated into our enemy. Pounded straight in, or blasted, I suppose. Not really concussive, I don't think. I don't believe that elemental damage really exists in a meaningful way in Final Fantasy XIV. In the initial release it might have. There was this whole thing about... I think it might have been even Final Fantasy XI had a whole system where the constellations would, as they, so to speak, waxed and waned, determine the strengths of different elements. There are references to that in the night sky in Final Fantasy XIV.
Aha, my hound's hunger for man-flesh, says Scylla.
Scylla was a member of the court who had a terrible fear of dogs. So, when good old Shanda showed up and started imposing his shameful will, his ironical punishment for her resistance,
Lightning of darkness, smite mine enemies.
I think you're supposed to lead those to the lightning puddles. Those folks have death marks upon them. I don't love that. Looks like we need to renew our dots. Done so. Oh, Staff of Eldering. Let's kill that thing. I bet this is bad. Doesn't seem like anybody else is attacking it, but I'm going to assume that I'm right and they're wrong. I'm just going to operate on that one. Pop that out. I bet that circle is bad. Glad that we didn't stand in it? Question mark? We'll throw ourselves a heal, why don't we? Oh, our heals are so small. They're so small. They're shameful. Pop this staff. Kind of looks like we're just rushing her down and ignoring the staves. Maybe we should help with that. We even let our dots fall off. Completely irresponsible of us, really.
Scorch their insolent heart. Oh,
geez, we're in trouble. No, I guess not. We just soaked it. This is not a masterful piece of play from us, as usual. I was illegally running a damage meter for a little while there. Oh, there we go. Oh, well, maybe it just went away because she went down. The hounds grow silent at last. I can rest. No drop from her. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, no, here it is. Scylla's Belt of Healing. Sure, I'll agree on that. Why not? We didn't spend our tomestones. We had the time to do it, and we didn't do it. Fools that we are. Zoop. Hey, so this is why they introduced the concept of the clones. Because they were going to have us go up against some fucking clone army. There's going to be some prequels shit. Oh, what's going on? Oh, our first target died. Alas. A sorrowful display.
Oh, Gomery would never have gone down like that.
Acheron. Somebody said that someone wasn't Acheron, right? I was allergic to Dragon Tales in MMOs. Just always scared of getting swiped. Can I hide other players' debuffs on a target? Because I don't really need to see all this shit. Truly, I do not. Doga's clone is our friends. Oops, Fester early there. And then a late Fester that's probably not useful. And once again, throwing on those, what's this? Death Flare. Oh yeah, I got all these abilities from higher levels still on my bar. Renee's clone. Sorry, friends. I hope that you don't feel this in any way. I hope that you were made without pain. But given what we know about this civilization, or at least about Lord Shanda's shameful handling of it, I suspect that they were made to suffer. There's a whole fan theory, maybe it's canon. I can't present it as theory. About, you who would bear steel against the Emperor, you shall not pass as long as I draw breath. That's a drop bar. big cooldown on that boy. Came in with 2 charges of our ether, and then we got 2 more immediately. That was a perfect start, I think. Hey, watch out for that shit. Not everyone on our team is interested in watching out for that shit, it would appear. What's the story, Glaciolavalus? Oh, nope, don't want to stand in that cone. Seems like a bad cone to me. Drop all those. Activating support protocol. Charging energy stores. Thinking of the power of the sun just beamed into him. Got some Sunny D directly into his veins. Clockbrook right. Oh, don't want to stand in that thing. That looks very much like the sort of neon vinyl record that I put floating over the head in my Code Vein character. Remains, alas, the best part of that whole game. The experience of putting the character together. That my defenses could be breached. If you just didn't make this staircase come down attached to your heart monitor, we would have been stuck here forever. I'm on the sleeves. Why, these are the sleeves of the great Amon himself. Can I try them on? That's all. Oh. We shall strive not to skip another video, should one surface. Got some teleporters. Azure. Oh, you know, the last instance here might just be a one-boss instance, now I think about it. Oh, maybe not. I don't know, because there's definitely a whole dungeon that has a different aesthetic than this tucked away in here. For sure. Oof! Ow. Got flame-boated. This dragon is untargetable. Perhaps you would like to come to the ground. No! There he is. You know, I do spells, so I'm not really sure why I wasn't allowed to laser you while you were in the sky. You know what? I understand why you would want it that way, so I'm not gonna complain too loudly. It has to be free speech for everyone. Free speech and invulnerability triggers. That's absolutely not true. Free speech absolutism is a terrible position. I heard it pointed out to me, not me personally, but listening to a podcast, that even though obviously the specific managing of it has been bungled in terms of its presentation, that there was no guarantee that the United States was ever going to pull out of Afghanistan. I'm on. Oh, he's fancy. My, such unruly guests. 'Twould seem a little diversion is in order. There was no guarantee that was ever going to happen in our lifetimes. Could have just kept going forever. That all of the powerful interests in the United States wanted it to keep going forever. And that while Biden certainly fucked up messaging, his expectation setting, he still did it, and probably only by dint of his being a stubborn and just basically irredeemable old man. But just this one time, that was turned to the benefit of history, shall we say, if not to so many of the individual people who have to live through history. I live in the hope that the Taliban will establish as moderate a government as they can stand to. I certainly don't expect much by way of, I don't think they're going to be implementing any communism. I believe the Taliban was originally an anti-communist group, explicitly, although that was a very long time ago. And I certainly don't know where their ideology stands now, re the distribution of resources. Oh, what? I seem to be muted. Uh-oh. I've been deeply frozen. Help me. Help me, friends. But, I mean, it's a fair point, I think, that I'm not inclined to cut Biden a break on anything or admire anything, especially when it's in light of a very messy situation like the pullout from Afghanistan. But it did have to happen sooner or later, and it was probably always going to be bad. Oh, I see. I have to be a safety block. Did it just pick the lowest DPS to do it to? you. So, you know, in some small sense, cause for optimism that he was willing to do that, in spite of basically every journalistic apparatus and every national security ghoul, and most significantly, of course, all the people who were getting infinite contracts to continue supplying that quote-unquote war, permanent occupation, whatever you want to call it. Inconceivable! Beware, your majesty, danger approaches. Oh, that's... I mean, yeah, we're in danger. We know it. We know we're in danger. Scylla's Helm of Casting. Why did he have Scylla's? Was that Scylla? Maybe that wasn't. I thought Scylla was the dog lady. That was Amon, right? Amon, the very same who resurrected that dude. Alright, here he is. It's Lord Shanda himself. Well, you fight valiantly, mortals, but no avail. Absolute darkness draws nigh. Soon it'll be unleashed, and all shall return to nothingness. That could have been voiced. You could have voiced that. I know it's inconvenient, but you're making a AAA product. It just seems very inconsistent when some of these things aren't voiced, you know. The Leaden Fist. So this fight does have a one-shot mechanic that we can avoid if we're paying sufficient attention. Nope, there it is. It's this, I believe. Is everybody supposed to be in one of these, or is only one person supposed to be in one of these? I do not know. Ifrit is alive, right? He seems to be alive. I blew my big attack on him. Mine is the power of darkness. Even the stars must bend to my will. Is that so? Orbs. Everywhere orbs.
Oh, I don't like the look of this. They're making us take the orbs down, boss.
Of course our orb went down last. We should be ashamed. Or maybe there was only one orb? I thought there were 3 orbs. 1 orb per group. Alright, here it is. So it's this thing. I think we want to not stand in it until now. Now we're off the ground, and if we weren't off the ground, then when he finished this ancient Quagga cast, which is a goofy name, we would have been obliterated. But we, whoa, shit, we're standing in a bunch of circles. Whoa! Well, richly deserved that. Gotta be a little more evasive. I shall crush all who dare oppose me. Maybe there is just the one orb. There's just sub-orbs, lesser orbs in other places. We will occupy our attention with the most significant orb. The dominant strain. Who's handling the other ones? Do we have Swift Cast, by the way? Because we haven't been using it. Shift C? Cool. Where you at, big boy? Getting that Swift Cast off. There we go. Pop that out there. I thought those were AoE bands, but they are just... Whoa! What the fuck? Oh, balls. Okay, that was me getting hit by the one-shot mechanic and not dying, because I'm just so brave. It's the complete failure to pay enough attention to the encounter to do it correctly. It's been a long time since I did anything of any organized raiding. What if we find out that I am no longer psychically capable of it? Not that I ever was any great shakes. My defeat means nothing. The darkness is darkness. Woof poof, the Emperor's throne is no longer sealed. One or more party members. Scylla's Helm of Healing. Yeah, Scylla's shit's just scattered all over this dungeon, I guess. Wind Up Onion Knight. A faded copy of Out of the Labyrinth. Now I know the truth. Shattered orchestration roll. Very nice. We did it. We circled that tower up. That was a very satisfactory little experience. I seemed to recall that there wasn't a lot more questing to be done. We can't do that because we've already got it, apparently. Do we already have it just sitting in our inventory, or is it that once you've consumed it? I don't see it super obviously. I had an inventory sorting macro, but I wasn't really using it much, so I got rid of it. Well, very well. Let's just head out of here. I think that there is an emotional little cutscene waiting for us. Or maybe that's after the next one. Or maybe I'm just remembering it wrong entirely. Jade. Very well. Or ire. Erwin. Oh, you're dressed different, Erwin. What's up with that? You did it. You defeated Emperor Shanda. Empires may rise and fall, but man's indefatigable spirit ever lives on. Truly, you are the champion we'd hoped for, Longpoint Erwin. With the Emperor Shanda now at eternal rest, his dark legacy may be undone. I don't know about that. There's a spooky spark in the air. Whoa, Nero. Put away your half orb.
What you playing at now, Nero?
In case you haven't noticed, Garland, these are dangerous surrounds. Can a man be faulted for exercising due caution? At any rate, you needn't mind me. I'm perfectly capable of looking after myself. Go on and finish what you came to do.
Why the fuck are we letting this man be here? Yeah, perfect face for that there, Sid. Emoji face. There are two ways we may seal off Circus Tower. Either isolated from the outside world, or cripple its ability to produce energy. The choice of method is yours to make. Before you proceed, though, Doga and I must needs attend to a task. That's an interesting pair of choices, I guess. Seems like destroying it is...
If we're really taking the attitude it can't be used safely,
then just isolating it. That distortion. What is it? The power that Shanda sought to obtain comes from the void. The world of darkness, our people call it. And the true nature of that power was none other than the armies of Voidsent. Voidsent feed on ether, as you may already know, and no plane is richer than ours. In exchange for their allegiance, Shanda entered into an unholy covenant. He would open a gate through which the Voidsent could freely enter our world. The covenant, I'm afraid to say, is still in effect. However, being of the Emperor's lineage, Monet and I believe that we can annul it. Through the forces of all kinds, by his blood Shanda sealed his dark pact. By our blood, it shall be undone. It is time. Yes, Toga. Finally, we may fulfill our purpose. Swing. Is this gonna work? There's a third raid, so I'm not sure this is going to work.
Oh, be still my beating heart. For a moment I feared this outing would end in disappointment, but my readings were not mistaken. Not even Ultima Weapon compares to this.
He's found his new Pikachu.
What you going on about?
Spooky. The covenant is everlasting.
It's eyeball.
Whoa. Uh-oh. These more clones. These spooky clones. Ooh, I don't like a creepy clone. Hairball. Oh yeah, fix your perfect, quaff.
My boy. What do you see, Erwin?
Is this the first time we've seen the Echo since it was stripped from us?
And so Metasidia is brought into the fold. Soon all the world shall be united under Allagan rule. And yet, with every dream that becomes reality, the memory of death grows ever more vivid. An endless void, bereft of light and warmth. Though I may have defeated death, it did not leave me unscathed. Nay, its ravening claws have scarred my soul for eternity. Never shall I know peace. Beings without will. You cannot fathom my rage, my melancholy, my fear. What worth is wealth and power when it all must inevitably be consigned to nothingness? If a man has nothing, he need not know the pain of loss. So let there be nothing. Harvest more power, that the gate may be thrown full open. Let the cloud of darkness come and engulf the world, devouring all life, hopes, and dreams. Let all be returned to nothingness. That's quite a strong reaction to a little bit of existential anxiety. Sure, you stared into the abyss a little harder than most, but I mean, I guess that kind of megalomaniacal, unable to imagine a world without oneself kind of thing is typical of kings. I prefer the joke.
Erwin, pull yourself together.
Yeah, excuse me.
Is there no end to them? What in the seven hells is happening? This is like the closest I've got to a shonen voice. Ah, not now, damn it.
Cut him down, Sid.
Meow. Oh no.
I don't think gunblades would be available to us for a very long time.
Nero, were they part of your grand plan too?
Save your japes, Garland. I don't put up with your arrogant face to play with wordless clones. Something controls them. A void center, no ordinary one at that.
Doga.
Wow.
Getting drained.
Whoa.
Yeah, make that toad noise, Doga. Go full Mario Party.
Confound it. Without them, there's no way to master the darkness. That power is mine.
Well, you... okay. Really?
Whoa.
Throw your gunblade. Oh, that's pretty cool. Uh-oh. Nero got.
Yo. Nero.
The covenant shall be honored. I am the cloud of darkness. I shall devour your light and return this world to the void.
Okay, well, that's bad news. It's not good news. I need this world.
Damn it, the rift's gone. What are we supposed to do now? So much as it pains me to leave without them, there's precious little we can do. Let us return to the find and consult Rambros.
Like a little dictionary. Rambros is a man. Do not reduce him to an ideas box. Whatever. Don't encyclopedize him. Hey, well, let's head down and talk to Rambros. Oops, talking to myself. Hadn't rightly noticed before, but this is quite a cool bit of ruinage right here. Even when we're trying to do the Pilgrims of the Dark thing, we are still so goal-oriented that we just don't see what's around us. It's one of the funny things, I think I've observed this on Mike before, but in messing around with weed a little again. When I'm like playing Bloodborne, I find myself just staring at parts of the environment and thinking about what they mean on two different levels. What they mean diegetically, within the context of the story, things that are never explored, buildings, neighborhoods that you never enter, never go into, looking across great gaps and rivers, just seeing other quiet parts of the city, wondering how quiet they can be, what's going on there without us. But then also what they mean in terms of design, that a human mind sat down and thought about what was going to go right there, and then put that right there. This leaning tower started life as someone's idea about what might be useful representative of these ruins. It entered an artist's head, they designed an asset, a level designer placed it, or maybe it was one person doing two of those tasks. This NPC up here got set on that ruin. It was decided that he wouldn't get a name or dialogue, but that certain other NPCs in the area would. It's all so incredible that any of this happens at all. And then further to consider the conditions of labor that it happens under, that's a very dire thing. There was a thread going around on Twitter the other day that was like, I don't see how anybody's going to manage to make any of an Avengers movies under communism. Who would want to sit there behind a camera for 6 weeks of their life to film somebody else's movie? Which is a very wild sentiment, because it's basically admitting that you need to compel people with the threat of homelessness and starvation in order to create AAA projects. And the answer is, we probably wouldn't make movies like that under conditions where people are not compelled to labor in ways they do not want to. We would make different kinds of art instead. The human animal was not holding its breath, waiting to inhale desperately when the Avengers franchise was released. Your desires are calibrated by the things that are offered to you. We may do without even writing for a very, very long time. I think it's about like 5% of human history or something that we've had anything resembling media. Do you think those people were dying of boredom all the time? No. The mind fills itself with whatever is available to it. The idea that we could not get by without these projects that require 15-minute credit sequences, in which some people are going to be highly invested in the development of those projects, and other people probably wouldn't be doing them if they had more of an option. We would adjust our expectations. Individuals working on their own create magnificent art in this field. You could definitely arrange cooperatives of people working together because they are interested in making a similar project without the coercive element. And yeah, they might be a little smaller, but we could all sleep a little bit easier knowing that we aren't going to be starving tomorrow. Biggs, Wedge, you got anything to say?
I appreciate the attention and all, but don't you have better things to do than chat with me?
Well, now you mention it.
Everyone's been in a dark mood since returning. I take it the mission didn't go well.
Rambros may know a way to get our friends back. Let's consult him without delay.
Well, hang on, those were expendable twins and your nemesis. Graha. I feel as though I'm forgetting something important, but for the life of me, I can't remember what that something is. Yeah, he's undergoing the change. He's a menopausal kitty.
Oh, and the sons of St. Coinax?
Same line as before. Rambros. All this happened within the tower. God's preserve. The rift that manifested was before the throne was a void gate. Of this I am certain. There exist myriad kinds of void scent. The more powerful the being, the larger the gate must be for it to pass through. It would seem that Shanda opened a gate of unprecedented proportions, one that would allow this cloud of darkness entry into our world. Fortunately for all mankind, he did not succeed. I shudder to imagine what this void scent is capable of.
However dreadful it may be, we can't abandon our friends. Is there no way to save them?
I will not lie to you, Master Garland. The situation is bleak. Though void scent can enter our world, instances of men entering the void have never been documented. It pains me to give voice to my fears. We do not even know whether our friends still live.
Damn it. I feel so helpless.
No, I refuse to give up. We must save Doga and Une. We share the same eye, 'tis true, but that is not what motivates me. Above all, I wish to help them fulfill their mission. A mission whose burden they've borne for thousands of years. And besides, we cannot leave matters as they are. So long as Shanda's dark covenant is binding, our world is in danger. 'Tis our duty to prevent the worst from coming to pass. Raha, ever since meeting Une and Doga, you've not quite been yourself. Tell me true, is all well with your eye? I cannot honestly say. I know only that there is a memory that I must recall. As a child, my father told me the truth of our isla rests with Alec. The answer eludes me still, but one day I will find it.
I'm with Graha. However slim the odds, we must try to save Une and Doga. Aye, and that bastard Nero as well, if only to make certain they won't make any more mischief.
You have the right of it. Though we've known them but briefly, Doga and Une are our comrades. We cannot fail them. I shall consult experts and literature both. I swear to leave no stone unturned. Well, I'll be back in 2.3 or whatever. Yet know that it may be a while before we are ready to act. I would ask that you all be patient. When dealing with the void, one cannot be cautious enough. My thanks again for your assistance. Pray rest while you are able. For when the time comes to go after our friends, you must be at no less than full strength.
We'll save them yet, Harrowin. Mark my words.
Circus Tower complete. Well, we could call that a night. It is 1 a.m. But, you know, if we finish this, the next time we play, it's going to be starting Heavensward. You don't know that, though, because this is going earlier in the playlist, so never mind that. But here in real time, that's what will happen. And I think that would be doing us a psychic favor to set ourselves up for that, don't you? Shouldn't take more than another hour, right?
Rambros, the world of dark.
What? I don't know why Sid took over there. Has a furrowed brow and the look of one with ill tidings. Those little short descriptions are so good, we should have been reading the whole time. I love his hammer. Ah, Long Point. It's good you are come. I have news you must be made aware of. Alas, none of it bodes well for us, nor for One, Doga, and Nero imprisoned in the Dark Realm. Think back upon your last foray into Circus Tower, if you will. The calamity stirred the place from its long slumber and awoke Emperor Shanda. But you, Erwin, you ensured he was laid to rest permanently. Yet the Emperor sealed a binding covenant with the terrible void sent known as the Cloud of Darkness. Even as Doga and Une labored to annul his contract, the entity reached through a rift and dragged the pair of them and Nero out of our realm. Since that day, Noah has devoted itself to rescuing Une, Doga, and Nero from beyond the rift. Our research, though, is exposed to a far more dire problem. The Crystal Tower still acts upon Emperor Shanda's orders and collects energy to open another void gate even as we speak. Indeed, the place nigh hums with energy. We've done all that we can to stop the Imperial Edict, but to no avail. Just as the gate would open only for Une and Doga, so too will the tower heed only those with the royal blood of Allag. 'Tis a most galling design. Granted, this was not always so vexatious, according to the Allagan tombstone Nero presented us. During the Golden Age of Allag, the royalty had some means of bestowing their blood upon others. If they hadn't such a technology, Amon and his underlings could never have controlled the Crystal Tower. But we do not have either this art or any with royal blood, yet you've got somebody who's been cursed with it right here. Every moment we wait, a vast rift through which the cloud of darkness can enter our realm threatens to open. Such a disaster cannot be allowed to come to pass.
Excuse me.
We must seal the Crystal Tower and annul Shanda's covenant with the Dark Realm. If only breaking the latter would suffice. Well, then what of the energy building in the Crystal Tower? Without suppression, that power could discharge and cause a calamity like the one that destroyed Allag. Still not clear that it was anything on our world that caused that problem. In truth, we have more than just 3 lost compatriots to worry about. If we do not act, our very world might fall before the might of this threat. Holy shit, well, we should definitely get moving then. We know but one way out of this predicament. Rescue those who can control the tower from beyond the Dark Realm, and seal the rift shut after them. And mercifully, not all our news is quite so bleak. 'Tis true, we cannot stop the Void Gate from manifesting within the tower, but this can be to our benefit. We can use Circus's power for our own purposes, and create a portal to carry us into the Dark Realm. Weren't you just saying that we didn't know if anybody had ever survived the Dark Realm? I don't know, that seems like a good idea to me. We've heard that it is possible for a man of the Thaumaturge's Guild well versed in otherworldly matters. With Master Garland working to create said portal, the final preparations are well underway. Ah, and here comes the man himself. Go and give us some Sid lines.
Arwen, just the man we need.
Yes, our fellowship is indeed complete, and all parties privy to our strategy. And you, Master Garland, how fare your endeavors?
Quite well. The device is nearly ready, though attaching the damnable thing to Circus Tower took nearly every ounce of ingenuity the ironworkers got. Every ounce of ingenuity is a very pleasing turn of phrase, but it should produce the energy we need. With just a little more fine-tuning, we can open a rift. I'm here to request your presence at the tower. I'll leave Biggs and Wedge the 8 Sentinels as guides, and do worry, Arwen. I'm sure you wouldn't miss another chance to save the world, would you?
Well, it's not gonna happen without me, so I better act. Well, Sid certainly seems to have a firm hand on the helm. Should we make our way to the Crystal Tower? Oh, Graha. Suffering twink. Not really suffering yet, but he's gonna suffer. It's debatable. Time is of the essence, my friend. We must go to the 8 Sentinels. Oh, can't talk to Rambrose. Alright, we'll see you right over there. Here's our boys.
Has the chief filled you in on the plan, Arwen? Opening up that void gate will be a real feat for the Ironworks. But I'm worried about what comes afterwards. I've never heard of anyone going through a rift, let alone coming back. I don't relish the idea of getting stuck there ourselves.
Me either.
Erwin, I bet you're here to watch us pry open a rift between worlds, huh? We're almost ready. Circus Tower is full of engineers scurrying around and making adjustments. We're dealing with a lot of power, and if a single coupling's off, well, boom. But it should be fine, really. Anyway, you'd best wait at the top. The chief's there overseeing the whole operation.
That is the only voice that we do that is hard for me to do. The other voices are hard to remember, and they may not be good, but they're not like physically challenging. that one is like, this actually strains the apparatus a little bit, which is wild. Like it's fine for a sentence or two, but when that boy's monologuing, I ask myself why. Why? I mean, of course, the why could be two questions. Why did we choose that voice? Or, why do they let the runs speak?
My friends, you've arrived. I'm just waiting for my engineers to give the signal. Then we'll see if we can't open a gateway to another world.
Sure.
There's something amiss, G'raha. Empress Shanda's throne. Now the mighty have fallen, eh? Once it stood as a symbol of Alex's art and power. Now it's nothing more than an empty chair. Just imagine if Allegan's civilization had lived on, and a just emperor sat on that throne still. How different would our history be? How much further would we have advanced? Unfortunately, there was no stopping Shanda and his ambition.
There are no just emperors, Sid Meier. There were those who tried. Shanda's war of dominion left no one unscathed. Unable to abide the horrors inflicted upon the people, warriors young and brave took up the sword against Alec. These men and women became as beacons of hope to those who'd suffered, not unlike the warriors of light in our age. But all this merely hastened the destruction. Just as they moved towards Alec's heart for the kill, Shanda lashed out in anger and frustration, as trapped beasts are wont to do. In his desperation, Shanda desired that a great rift be opened to hasten the cloud of darkness's coming. To this end, he commanded the sun's power held within Dalamud be emptied into Circus Tower at once. The act bore terrible consequences. The tower only withstood the blast by flooding the land below with energy. Circus was swallowed by the very earth upon which it once stood.
The fourth umbral calamity. I'd learned of its cause through Ine and Doga. Had no idea that rebellion incited Shanda to rashness, though. Your knowledge of Allegan history is astounding, G'raha. Why a man could study for 2 lifetimes and only learn half of what you know.
Mayhap. 'Tis strange, though. I cannot seem to remember where I learned such things.
Aye. Biggs. You ready?
Wait, which one's Biggs?
Ready and raring to open up that void gate, Chief. We reckon when this machine's up and running, she'll be able to float 5 airships the size of the Agrias. So just give us the word and we'll start channeling energy into the tower.
Good. Let's get started.
Because more than anything, he's Lister, like Helium Lister.
Our preparations are complete. Everyone step away from the throne.
But he is some Terry Pratchett character, and I still can't remember who. Who is it that says, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up? It might have been one of the antagonists from the one about newspapers.
Alright. Let's see what this machine can do. Now, Biggs.
Ting. 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 Woohoo! Everybody loved that. Morale improved. Rift to the world of darkness, as Une called it. Splendid work, Master Garland.
We can't break out the mead just yet. The tough part's still ahead. We've broken into the Dark Realm, but the gate's not all that stable. Won't stay open forever. and only a few can use it. I, for one, will remain here to ensure the void gate stays open.
I'm trying to keep you from doing this voice more. As will the sons of Saint Koinach. This rift is our sole path to salvation. If it closes, we are all truly lost. Which leaves the long point. My friend, 'tis a heavy burden I must task you with, but there are none more able. Pray lead the adventurers beyond the rift. I do not know what awaits you save the cloud of darkness and our 3 comrades, but you must go, for the fate of our world now rests upon your shoulders. There's a little bit of James Earl Jones channeling in there, I don't know. That's where my mind is drifting as I do it. This is our only gambit, but I have every faith you will succeed. It will be no small feat to return after you've passed beyond the rift. Make certain you are prepared before leaving.
Meow. Meow.
Might I have a moment of your time, Erwin? As a matter of import, we must needs discuss ere you leave. Oh, he doesn't want to die a virgin. That's cute. Yeah, we're just gonna leave this here. Probably it's fine. I mean, almost certainly it's a one-way gate, right? We're not planning to come back. This is the end of Final Fantasy XIV. The most recent end. This is a really good frame, slightly ruined by the extremely noisy portal. Erwin, I wish to speak to you about my eye. As you're no doubt aware, 'tis a trait seen only amongst Allagan royalty. Long I have pondered why such is my inheritance. The sanguine hue must have some bearing upon my destiny, this much Doga himself admitted. But what? In truth, the more I learn of the Crystal Tower, the less I am myself. Somehow meeting those 2 clones has wrought great change in me. I'm consumed with remembering something. Something ancient, but ever so important. And my father's words echo in my mind, the selfsame ones his father told him. The truth of our eye rests with Alec. Mayhap that what I wish to remember and these words are related. Mayhap not. But I know I must learn the truth that history hides from me. I would see this journey, our journey, through to the very end with mine own 2 eyes. So I implore you, allow me to join you beyond the rift. Erwin has never disagreed to anything ever. You have my thanks, my friend. Now let us venture into the world of darkness to save our comrades and our realm. Graha's a good boy. You sure you want to die a virgin, though? Anything else to say, boyo? If you've prepared yourself, let us waste no time in rescuing our comrades from the darkness. Sure. Sounds good to me. Alright, it's Q time. I'm gonna see if we can dump some Allagan tombstones before we have our Q pop. But you know, if we can't, that's the kind of problem we want to have. Let's... Oh, whoa, okay. That was quick. Oh, time elapsed 15 minutes. We can't do that. That's not acceptable. We need to start from the beginning. Sorry, folks. We can't just jump in at the end. This is a world tour. I mean, it would be fast to do that. Just give it a few minutes, just so we don't end up going to the same place again. You look like you're watching a movie? You were here before too, though. How long is this movie? Maybe you wasn't here before? Maybe this is just where characters stand while they're watching movies and not the same one. Pull out that sword, buddy. Get out of that movie, pull out that sword. Alright, anyway. What am I gonna do? Yeah, I'll go see if I can dump the tombstones first. And then I'll queue again. There we go. Dumped a huge number of tomes into a couple upgrades for our Gunbreaker, which I do intend to play at some point. World of Darkness. With the help of Sidnon Garland, members of the expedition to the Crystal Tower have successfully penetrated the defenses of the 8 Sentinels. Wait, no, that's Labyrinth the Ancients. In the twilight of his reign... Come on. Oh, you know, maybe I should uncheck is what I should do. Join in progress. Uncheck join in progress. There we go. Oop. Yeah, well, oh, hang on. No, we don't want to queue as a tank, though. We're cowards. Or, you know, we're considerate is what we are. In the twilight of his reign, the first and last emperor of Alag, Shanda, desired power above all else. He turned to the terrible being known as the Cloud of Darkness, a ruler of the Void, and asked of her strength to make the world kneel before his throne with a covenant of blood. When Shanda was slain, his ambitions were laid to rest alongside him. Yet the Cloud of Darkness still seeks to enter the material realm, and will soon find passage through the Void Gates sent to manifest within Circus Tower. With the fiends coming, can the Fellowship of Noah brave the Void and rescue the 3 souls able to stem the cloud's flood of shadows? Or will the expedition itself vanish beyond the rift in the world of darkness? I don't know. Anybody's guess? Yeah, don't think we're going to be doing anything while we wait. Let's just wait. I forgot to turn my voice back on. This thing where I can mute myself is useful, but man, I need some kind of overlay maybe that I can see where it says, "You're muted, you dumb bastard," up here in the corner. Invisible to y'all. But I forgot to turn the music back on, so we're getting a very haunting introduction to the world of darkness. Third time we've seen that fist in palm animation. Alright. Y'all ready to cause some trouble? Maybe we didn't skip an intro movie last time, and just for some reason, some people are taking way longer to get going. Why would that be? I think there's crossplay between the PS4 and the PC. But that's like a wild prospect, like the idea that it's taking PS4 users that long to load in. That seems impossible, but who knows? Okay, so Ifrit's with us, right? There's our boy. Sphere of the Sightless. Reliance C, so let's assume if damage needs splitting, it needs splitting over here. There we go. Dumped our dots on, got our energy out, spread our dots. Dumping Ifrit's powers. We'll hold Ifrit's ult move, because I think we're going to get to a boss probably before it comes up again. Looks like we got 10 seconds on dots. Garm, Garm, and Garm. Oh, hang on, they're marked. One of these Garms has a lot more health than the others yet. Boop, boop. So let's do something about that, why don't we? Whoa. Okay, the Garms are down. Sacrifice Ninja. Let's put our dots on the dragon and spread them. What are the targets we got? Sacrifice Ninja, Sacrifice Kunoichi.
Kuno?
Please don't drop your bombs on me. You know, just mellowly taking down a 2-headed dragon. Business as usual for the Warrior of Light. Spread our dots again there, just for the look of the thing. Let's make sure that we generate our energy back. Just told my buddy that I thought of him when he messaged me this morning at like 11, and I was feeling a little too residually stoned to answer. And then I forgot ever to get back to him. Oh, this boss, okay. I'm gonna remind you, this boss is all about I spy with my giant eye, pray for the hunting. He's gonna put doom on us, and I hope that we can remember how to remove it, because, oh, okay, this is not what we want to do. Oh, did we make it? I guess we made it. I don't think we're doomed. Don't stand directly in front of Big Eyeball. Oh, we should use our level 100 flare. Oh no. Yeah, keep them coming. Whoa! Bad clock. Round and round the hand will go. Who will it slaughter? Nobody knows. I hope not to be slaughtered. We step on this thing? I hope that stepping on that thing is the right thing to do. Oh boy, when are you gonna stop, buddy? That is the excitement of the whole thing. What is this? Brand of the Ireful. Damage taken by Ireful gaze increased. Whoa! You turn around, he's attacking me personally? Dude! Relax. Zero chill. Alright, it is dot time. It was dot time a while ago, I think. We dumped. No, no. Oh no. Well, sometimes you perish. We may get a res. Oh, there's a lot of dead people. How much are you something, I wonder? Why don't they all go into the combat log? That's my question. Huh. Well, this could be an excitingly challenging experience. We're not going to be getting an echo from this either. As I recall, there are 2 bosses it's really possible to lose on in this one, and this is one of them. And the other is Big Angry Dog, by which I mean, of course, a rat. Folks, almost no one is still alive. It might be an idea to just wipe it up. We're currently down a tank. We're down 2 tanks, most of the DPS, 2 healers. Maybe they can do it. I don't think the recording needs this, though. Back when something changes. Oh, we're coming back to life. Let's see how long we'll stay that way. Unfortunately, it may be a brief thing indeed. Just kill this Deva. I need... Oh boy. Oh boy. We might be just about to get obliterated. Eesh. Ow. Clearly, it would behoove us to stand somewhere where we can get to the other side of him as quickly as possible. We should probably get back to our rotation. Man, there must be so much damage going on right now for me to have lingered so long, so low. Oh, you know what? I can resurrect motherfuckers. I should resurrect a motherfucker. Where is that? Where is resurrect? Oh shit, well, unfortunately, something very bad happened to me before I could make myself useful. But still, that would have been nice, wouldn't it? Well, I haven't wiped yet, so I guess it's gonna keep going. Oh, this would be a very disappointing point to wipe at. After so much, we still got 1 tank up. Come on, take this ding-dong down. Take this misery down. Okay, the tank's back up. Sweet. Please end Angra, mind you. Oh, please don't wipe the entire party with this. Please don't. Oh, another tank down. Oh, we're so low on tanks. We are so... Ooh. Ooh. Are we all out of tanks? Are we all out of tanks? I see 3 healers still up, which means 3 healers are down. No. No, please, no. Please, no. Please, no. Oh, this is a demoralizing thing to happen at 1:45 in the morning. Well, that was distressing. Well, I don't really know what I did wrong in particular, so I don't know that I can play any better this time around. But I guess we'll give it another shot. This time you get to come along with me. Well, you know, this time. That's interesting, because it's 75, not 70. So that explains... Well, it doesn't explain nothing, but... Oh, I have a phoenix down. Oh, can't be used during battle. Well, okay. Still, we should remember that we have the ability to instantly resurrect somebody if the need arises. Instantly and slowly. Honestly, putting ourselves... I don't know how effective a DPS we are. We should probably... Hey, we made it. No damage. Very kind. I think our time's pretty well spent. Standing people up off the floor, should they go down. Make sure we continue to renew our dots. It's clock time. Round and round the hand will go. Ifrit, unleash your energy orbs. So, Shift C for a quick cast in case we need one. And the revive is set to 8. I can probably just click it. Death's Embrace awaits. Why don't I move it up here, actually? Let's stick Resurrection up in our HUD space. Once again, our dot's just falling off. That's what I'm saying. It's too late to expect good play. These oh! Yeah, I don't quite know what that was about. What happened to me? Tanks, please keep all still and facing in one direction. This is the only... Oh my god. The party just falling apart here. This is something that the developers of Final Fantasy failed to consider, that perhaps... we would go into these 8-year-old raids and be unable to down them, even though they are designed to be downed. Level 150 death, eh? Well, I thought we might get a revive, but it's not looking like it, so back if it does happen. Here it is. Let's hopefully not just perish instantly again. I would love to resurrect someone else, pay it forward, you know? Hey, how about you, Mr. Whatever the fuck you were? Not enough MP. Where is, do we have like a lucid dreaming spell or something? What's it called? Oh! Oh no, we're on the wrong side of history. By history, I mean this particular hallway. Hallway? Arena? Listen. I'm losing it. Lucid dreaming, there it is. Please. Immediately. Let's get this other healer up right away. Hey, you. What if I resurrected you? You like that, ha! And what if I resurrected you as well? Friend to DPS. Seems the other healer has not accepted my res. 37 seconds. Oh, that's weakness. There we go, healer took it. I don't want to stand in front of the boss for sure. Oh, don't know if that was useful. Oh, let's get to the other side of the boss. Oh, nope, not in time. Yikes. Let's get the other tank up. Zoop. Haha. How about that, motherfucker? Back on your feet, Alliance B tank. There we go. There's our boy. Seems like there's a delay. This seems to be going much better. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased if I can just get a couple of reses in these encounters, you know? No, my fate is grown dark before my eye. Even Final Fantasy XIV, with its superior standard of wit, is still unable to make enemies with big eyes do anything other than just fucking mention that they have big eyes the whole time, which is something Blizzard does, which is absolutely fucking maddening. Cannot stand it. I don't know, we haven't seen a boss yet that's just a talking tree that does nothing but make inexplicable, just intolerable tree puns. The wild thing about Blizzard is that when they do tree pun bosses, that they're not even puns, they're just like they throw in tree words that don't fit. It's terrible. Inexplicable. Hey, it's Scylla again. Was the previous one just a clone, or are you just a clone? I don't want to say just a clone. Nothing wrong with a clone. Zoop. Just dump everything on her, please. Take her down. There we go. Feels good to just run all of your... Oh, those things have a forbidden gate? Creepy. Let's get in there and throw a disaster on them, why don't we? Bane. Thor? Thor the fish? Zoop. Oh, that dude's just a wall of health, huh? The wall has fallen. What could be in this treasure coffer? Whoa! Okay. It's Shanda's clone. Excuse me. Hello, clone of Shanda. Aura cannon. Are you a pale imitation or a superior model? Also, why do all of these components exist in the Dark Realm? Like, wouldn't you expect the cloning stuff to be outside? I would. Renewing the dots. Dots renewed. Oh my god! Ouch! Yo. Buddy. Don't need to renew dots yet. Keep throwing fireballs. Keep throwing out all the cooldowns. I don't think we're gonna have time to renew the dots here. Nope. No time, no need. Fine by me. Nape is no longer sealed, the sphere of the voiceless. Hey, who's that big man? Five-headed dragon? We had a two-headed dragon earlier, now a five-headed dragon? This is getting extravagant, decadent. What are we gonna do with all these dragons? Heads of fire and ice begin flailing about. Oops, renewing dots by accident. Oh well, I'll just go through with it. Why not? Keep an eye out for deaths. I should probably move my alliance display over, in all honesty. This dude is Health Factory. Time to renew dots. Dots are renewed. No other targets. Grrr. Very dramatic. Oh, here we go. Different heads now. You're supposed to kill them individually? Is that a thing? Let's throw dots on them. Get out our big charges. Let's drop Ifrit's cooldown on them too. Poison slime. I hardly know slime. This is the baby version of the dot, I think, that's spread from the head, but hey. The dragon grows new heads. That's not good. I like to cut them off and leave them at that, you know. Spread my dots there. I bet they can't hit the other heads while they're not targetable conventionally, though. Useless. Is this a boss? Is this... I thought most of the bosses had, like, names. Prominence. What are you? And should I treat you as a serious threat? Well, you know, it pays off too, I guess. Always assume the enemy is more dangerous, or is as dangerous as he might be. Ooh, don't like that. Don't swirl me, please. Renewing dots. Very good. Whoa! That was a failing. Anybody dead? Oh, yep, we got a dead healer. How about you? What if you were a living healer instead? Buddy, you're allowed to stand back up. There you go. Yes, 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 yes. We stand a living green. Well, this is a little bit uneventful as an encounter, taking a little bit long. Oh no, oh no. Whoops. Well, fatality. Anybody wanna res me? Anyone wanna just let me know how much they miss me? How badly they need me around? No? Nobody loves me that way? Very well. Then I shall release. And use the shortcut. That's the exit. We don't want to use that. Wormhole generator. Yes, bop me up to the highest, to the furthest along that I can go, please. Sphere of the Voiceless. Yeah, we've seen this before. I guess once we get this, the next encounter at the Vermiculary, that's where they keep the worms. Wormatorium is a better name, I think. Oh, fuck. Well, generator worst alive, and it's way up ahead. Yeah, this is one of the encounters with split groups, so we actually have to get there, or it's going to put us in the wrong one. Clear the jaws. Exciting. I would love to catch up with the team. I would love to catch up with the team. Oh, maybe this is not considered a boss encounter. It doesn't seal. Ah, no, don't move me immediately to the sealed area, please. I need to step into the right one. Damn it. Well, I guess I have no other option. We may be in the wrong side, which should be fine. Hey, Howling Atomos. Ooh. This is a weird encounter, because I think sometimes you actually have to jump off, like when you're the target, you want to jump off. And then which of these corners of it? Atomos Prime begins channeling ether to the moaning Atomos. White hole. I would love to be able to get back up, though, because I'm feeling a little useless down here. Still, dramatic framing. Let us up. Let us up. We deserve it. Please, let us return. Do we have any free now? We probably don't, huh? Whoop. There we go, boing. Oh, the jaws are no longer sealed. There we go. See, told you it'd be no problem. Us being complete fools. Not a drama. It would have been fine if we were just a little bit slower, really. Right? We were a little too fast getting up and using the wormhole just before the next one unlocked. The Sphere of the Ravenous. Okay, here it is. This is the A chains, B belly, C ads. This is the famous Vor boss. But I guess we're not gonna get Vored. We're just gonna be dealing with ads, which is fine by me. Ifrit, are you out? Are you here? Yes, you are. Okay, Cerberus. Let's get moving. He's got chains. He's gonna keep watching for ads. I'm gonna hold one of our energy charges in reserve. We can just dump it right before we He looks like a dog, but secretly, he is cat. There's renewal of the dots. There's our dumping of our energy thingus. Just want to be able to hit any ads that pop up with a huge boof. Oh, here we go, gastric juice. I don't think that's an actual ad. Maybe it is. Who knows? Got a lot of health. Let us destroy it. Maybe we're not supposed to destroy it? Do not kill the gastric juice. Okay, not supposed to destroy it. Sorry. Are they going to get the message, though? They are not. This could be bad. This could be bad. Wolfsbane. How about that? That's an ad. There we go. Unfortunately, my brilliant plan to hold resources in reserve for popping them did not survive until they were actually around. Another Wolfsbane. This time we got resources. Let's throw our dots on and dump them. Gone. Oops. Almost early renewed our dots there, but then, ovulation. Intimidating. Oh, okay, so what's this? Whoa. Oh, we've become hysterical. That's not great. Unable to act on our own free will. Oh, I don't like running in front of the boss. Oh, no, I don't like that. No, I don't. Could I be free? Could you please set me free? And can we resurrect this tank, please? You're back up, boy. Please. Reawakening. Wolfsbane. Excuse me. Other tank is back up now. Thank you. Okay, do not stand in front of the boss. Do not stand in front of the boss. Good way to get owned. Early renewal on dots, not necessary. Let's hit lucid dreaming too, just in case you need to do some more resurrecting. Oh, shit. We're doing fine. Hound out of hell. Think that's gonna be a charge? Oh yes it is. That was a really good looking charge too. Nice work, puppy dog. Tail below. Cerberus is fettered. Ifrit, you got your charge up there? Yeah, there we go. You ready for zoop? No more heads up. It's good. Let's go ahead and dump all of our resources then. Probably not going to be more before the end. Oh, dots fell off. Folly. Oh, is he throwing off his chains? Out of hell, he's going to charge again. Let's not stand in front of it. Oh, that really does look great. A well-integrated animation. Zoop, ovulation. Oh, this is going to make us scared again. I don't want to be scared again. No. Don't make me scared again. Hey, we did blunt resistance down. That's weird. It's a Dark Souls-ass thing to say. Not that Dark Souls would ever say that, but Dark Souls-ass sounding mechanic. Is that about it? Have we just up? Oh, yep, defeat the Cloud of Darkness. It seems to be our last objective. I don't know if there's any trash between here and there. Cloud of Darkness, I believe, mostly a spectacle fight. We shall see. Uh-oh. Here it comes. We're gonna find out just how spectacular she is. Show yourself, Cloud of Darkness. Who disturbs the gloom? Mortals from the realm of light. You have not stumbled here with purpose or without purpose. I am the Cloud of Darkness. What I do not smother, I devour. What I cannot devour, I destroy. The covenant is everlasting. All mortals before the flood of darkness will sink lifeless in the void. Yeah, he could have voiced those. At some point, you could have thrown in some voice work on those, you know. Alright, Team C is us, so let's get in there. Well, not in range. I guess we just need to be on this general side. Get our dots out. Get moving. Whoa. Giant fucking bomb. Just chasing that dude across the entire arena. And you just run across the entire team with it, which is not really the right play usually when you're being chased by a bomb. Alright. Oh shit, she just changed sides. Slightly early renewal on dots there, but not too bad. Oops. Forgot that I have other spells than my instant casts, that it is actually allowed for me to use. I don't just have to sit here doing nothing. Yeah, let's keep rolling, keep that momentum up. Ooh, okay, there's shit coming down. We're supposed to share it? Well, we did share it. Hopefully that was the correct move. Nope. Ooh. We got charges back. Let's dump some charges. Ifrit's here. The void shall consume all that. Oh, there's me being smashed. Oops. Well, I didn't lead it through a team at least. And that's a win of a kind. Hey, thank you. Love that Final Fantasy. Although, of course, I think of it as the sound that plays at the end of a Kero Kero Cola. Dark clouds. We don't love this. Dark storm shit. I am gonna need a heal though, I'm sorry my friends. We're in a bad way over here. Ifrit needs to rejoin us as well. Oh, let's deal with this dark storm. Another dark storm creeping in over there. Somebody who doesn't need a bunch of setup should probably take point on these. Okay, never mind. Didn't mean to fob off my responsibilities on a hypothetical other. We must rise to the challenge. You own yourself. Darkness take you on. In darkness all is one, be it hope or despair. All is mine to devour. Here we go, hypercharged cloud. Damn, we didn't save anything for this. Looks like it's not gonna matter. Particle beam. Oh geez, she's way over there now. Whoa! Ouch. Anybody dead? Nope, everyone is fine. I'm the only goon who's managed to go down. Oh wait, no, somebody's dead. What if I fix that? Haha. Garu Kabuto. Kabuto, I guess. There's the chase laser. Thankfully, got a new friend this time. I should probably share this, huh? Oh, whoa. Well, that was bad. Good luck, friends. You're so close. You're so close. And she's so close to winning. So I hope you can pull this on. That was a huge hit there. Was that a limit break? Oh, the clouds of darkness are closing in. Finish her! Finish her! Quickly! Quickly! Oh my god. Did we win? We won. Holy shit. That was the slimmest of margins. I think everyone might be dead. We did it. We finished the Crystal Tower. Sort of. There is... I wouldn't be surprised if it's 15 minutes of cutscene left. Crystal Tower choice? No, that's for ESO. FF14 choice. Is there a choice to be made? No, that's actually in Shadowbringers. Return to starting point for World of Darkness. No, can I get a res, maybe? That'd be great. I guess I'll just return to the starting point, whatever. Clean, says Pavik Kondwa. Don't have to be Arch Pavik. I think I've already got the Puff of Darkness. Just pass on all this shit. Actually, just walk out of here. Alright. Let's crank the music back to full and see what lies in store. Oh my god. In store. Jeez. Captain Hiccups here, right at the end. Where in the seven hells are they? Without them to stem the energy in the tower, our defeat of the Cloud aids our cause little. Doga, Unei, can you hear me? Nero. Must you be so infernally loud? Are you keen to attract more void scent? What the fuck? Nero, you got... Though I don't blame you for missing my company. Nero, what the fuck happened to you? Thank the 12. You alright? Nero, by the gods, what's happened to you? Alas, his wounds were too deep and allowed this foul place entry to his body. Now the darkness claws at the ether of his very form. Would that we could have protected him. Cloud of Darkness was bound by Shanda's unholy covenant to bring prosperity to Allagan royalty. The same blood that sealed this contract gives us a measure of protection. I say a measure, for this vow does not protect us from other void scent. The Cloud imprisoned us here precisely to unleash fiends upon us. We would be dead had Nero not defended us so valiantly. Mistake not my actions for kindness. I have use for you yet in Eorzea, and simply couldn't let harm befall you here. You had to turn into a purple man. Where? Unei, be safe. Our friends have come for us. Have they? Then perhaps, Doga, there is yet hope we may fulfill our purpose. Whoa. This seems bad. Is this bad? Mortals, you have dared to challenge me and now must feel my wrath. Did you think to destroy me in my realm? Here I am eternal. I will smother your light and entomb your bones amongst my shadows. Are we truly so powerless here? As long as we fight the Cloud in this realm, I fear so. And yet, though we may not be able to destroy it, this may be our chance to stop it. If we strike now whilst the Cloud can barely hold her form, mayhap we can sever Shanda's covenant. Yes, and raise the bridge between the Crystal Tower and this foul place once and for all. Longpoint, G'raha, you must flee. You and Doga mean to stay here? 'Tis madness, you must return with us. No one but you can save the world from the threat of the Crystal Tower. Meaningful look. What is this trickery? You are beloved. You too gain protection from Shanda's blood. Gratia, you are possessed of royal blood. That is why the royal eye runs in your line. Inflicted. 'Tis a gift you have inherited. G'raha, you have been granted authority over the Crystal Tower. I had thought time would consume all of Allag that was, but a man should still live with his forebear's blood in this age can be no coincidence. Some person must have planted this gift in your line, and used the highest of Allagan technology to do so. It's a curse, she fobbed it off on them. True, the Crystal Tower is not like to recognize you as Allagan, not as you are now. But your royal eye bespeaks a simple truth. Within you dwells one feeble glitter that will illuminate all, the light of hope. But how should I use this light? Pray tell me. You must gain control of the Crystal Tower. We will share our blood with you, Graha. Though its effects will be ephemeral, it will bolster the Allagan presence within you. This is our gift to you, that you may fulfill your destiny. All with the royal eye are bound by fate to Allag. One part in this journey is to bury Shanda's dark ambitions in the past. Our part in this journey is to bury Shanda's dark ambitions in the past. This was the true Nay and Doga's purpose, and one we have carried into the future. Know that as long as this light of hope survives in you, our souls will still remain, even if our bodies are lost. Fictional people have the opportunity to be so noble and resilient in a way that real life rarely affords the opportunity to be. Is the opportunity twice there? Well, remains true.
Da, na, na, na.
What if that was just the hook shot they gave him? Does everyone have one of those ether scopes? I guess they're pretty useful in a world where everything is made of that. You must leave us as well, Nero. I'm sorry we could not live up to your expectations. I must return to you what is yours, though. You dropped it whilst defending us. Take your half orb. What you seek by this instrument may not be possible, Nero. Do not give up. There are many other paths that await you.
Of course they do.
Toga, Une, I thank you. I shall never forget you. Now, Erwin, Nero, let us quit this place. You shall not escape me, impudent children of light. There's a Tron lawsuit waiting to happen here. No, you shall not escape us. Here Shanda's blood-stained dreams of glory end. There, the glint of light. It grows faint, and the bridge between realms grows fragile by the Covenant's annulment. If that light dies, we are stranded here. Hurry. Ooh. Nero, no. You must move.
Leave me. I don't need you. If I die here, it's because I bloody well decided to. I failed to master darkness. I'll not suffer watching a green boy master the tower. Do what you will with it, but remember me, son of Allag. I am Nero Toskeva, the man who'll yet outdo Allag and Garland.
That was what you hoped to. May the Crystal Tower again be a beacon of hope for mankind.
Go, damn you! It's a good look for Erwin there. Must move onwards. This is not where I come to rest. Ooh. But how did... So those damn clones did it after all. Now onwards. Good. Oh, the gate. Oh.
Yo, mi Nero.
The hells I do.
You are returned unharmed, thank the gods.
When the void gate started to close, I never felt so powerless in all my life.
We were running around like madmen trying to keep the gate open, and then the chief actually went and dived in. But if you're all safe... Where's the clones?
Where are Une and Doga? They're not...
I see. I will miss the two of them dearly, but I'm happy they fulfilled their purpose. We who live on must still attend to the Crystal Tower, though now we have no one able to seal it.
That's not true, my friend.
Une and Doga have entrusted me with their blood. I can now control the Crystal Tower. Graha. Yes, I see it in your eyes. Good. Let us put an end to this and seal away the tower. I understand your instinct, Rambros, but please give us a moment to rest. I'm weary to the bone, and Nero and Erwin are both emerged from long battle. Of course, you have the right of it. Come, we shall leave this place for a spell, and repair to St. Coinat's find. No one but you could have succeeded in the world of darkness, Erwin. Well, me and the other 23 people. Would that I could have been of more use beyond the rift. As it stands, I was but a vessel for Doga and Une's blood. Meow. Meow. I remembered what I wished to. Yes, something has come back to me. Gaining royal blood and witnessing true bravery has reminded me of my forebears' dearest wish. But we need not speak of these things now. It was not my place to keep you. Pray go on ahead of me. There is something small I would do before I return. I think this something small might be that he's just gonna lock us out of the tower. I could not have asked for a better comrade. If only I could have been a part of your adventures for longer, Erwin. Alas, fate dictates I have a different role to play. A wish hidden for millennia, and brought to light by the good people of Noah. Now, finally, 'tis my time to see it realized. Let's speak with Rambros. One moment, Rambros.
No matter how many other clones are still out there, Arune and Doga were special. I'm going to miss them.
A thing Duke Nukem has never said before.
I'll tell you, that rift started closing up fast. Waiting for you three to pop out was the tensest few moments of my life. Nero never would have made it back without you, Erwin. And for that, you have my thanks. I doubt I'll hatch any more dastardly schemes for the present. He owes me his life after all.
I wouldn't be too sure about that, but I cannot express how glad I am you returned safely, Erwin, and with the means to dispel the threat of the Crystal Tower for good. Rest, if you will, and let us free ourselves from the specter of the Alligans. Let's do it. With a look of finality upon him, Rambrose seems intent upon sealing the Crystal Tower once and for all. I trust you've rested, my friend. Good. I wish to seal the tower now, but there is something we must do first. Let me summon the others and hear in full what happened beyond the rift. Who voiced Mufasa? Was that James Earl Jones or was that Qui-Gon? So the Allagan that runs in Graha's line does mean that royal blood flows in his veins. I suppose it is not so odd to think his forebears gained it via ancient technology. But who imbued his family with blood? And for what purpose? The last princess, so that she didn't have to deal with it herself. Mayhap all this was fate, from discovering the tower to Graha gaining Une and Doga's blood.
Has Graha said anything? For that matter, where is he? And what a Nero. I'm not sure about our resident historian, but Nero left the tower with me. Where he's vanished to since, I cannot say. But knowing him as I do, I don't believe he'll scheme against us for the time being, though he is still Nero. Meow.
Erwin, you say Graha stayed behind at the Crystal Tower. I wonder if even now prepares to seal the place off.
Master Rambrose, Master Rambrose.
'Tis Graha Tia, sir. He came into the Crystal Tower and began ordering researchers out.
What? Why would he do such a thing?
I know not. I do not know, sir, but he was quite insistent. He all but bodily forced me out of the gates.
He's kind of pretty.
I suppose it's possible he told one of the others, but I wasted no time in finding out. I thought it best to hasten back here and ask for your guidance.
Very well. Let us go and speak to these researchers and get to the bottom of this queer business. Master Garland, Erwin, please come with me. No doubt Graha means to seal off the Crystal Tower, but it worries me that he did not breathe a word of his plan to us. Walking back in one last time. Speak with the son of St. Koinach. Where are they? They're over there. Are they inside the tower proper? Or, well, see you in a second when we're there. Final approach. Any last words? What in the world is Graha Tia thinking, demanding we leave the tower? No doubt you want to know why. I wish I knew that myself. Of course, he would tell me nothing, but he will be honest with you, sir. I'm certain of it. He's a good boy. He's not turning his back on us, don't worry. Go no further, my friends. The doors will close ere long. So you are of a mind to seal the tower, Graha. I know time is of the essence, but all I ask is a hint of your plan. Please come here so we can discuss this. No. My apologies, but I cannot. Come, man, what is this nonsense? What is amiss? Surely we can help. Not this time, my friend. Just as Une and Doga fulfilled their destiny, so too must I fulfill mine. My blood has awakened me to this fact. As my father told me, the truth has always lain with Allag. Or rather, 'twas there the wish I must grant was born. You see, not all the world perished in Shanda's calamity. Survivors stood amidst the ruins of Alag looking to the Crystal Tower, but it was nowhere to be seen. But they hoped its spires would again dominate the land, and prayed that the Crystal Tower would be a beacon of hope to people everywhere. Word of this soon reached the only member of Alag's royalty to outlive the Empire, the Princess Selena. Selena was moved by the people's dearest wish. She used the very best of Alag's technology to give her blood and memories to he whom she trusted most. That man was my forebear. For millennia we waited. Alag's art and ingenuity faded. Our royal blood grew thin. But before the last drop could vanish from the realm, the memory of all this returned to me. And now I must fulfill the wish of the ancients. The tower will shine forth as a new beacon of hope.
Gerah, the Crystal Tower's strength poses too great a threat to Eorzea now. We would need technology as advanced as Alag's to use it correctly. As things stand, we barely understand the tower's workings. Elsie may never fully comprehend them.
'Tis as you say, Cid. We could wait for someone, someday, to reach the same heights as Alag. By then we will have lost the royal blood and the means to control the tower. But what if I do as Aemon did, and put the tower into a deep sleep?
What? It cannot mean that.
I'm deadly serious, Cid. The tower may only be used once men rival the Alagans in knowledge. I will slumber within Circus Tower until then, to greet those with the means to open the gates. Then I will guide them, and thus will the tower shine forth as the beacon of hope it was meant to be. It is the only way to make the wishes of the ancients come true. Catboy to Catboy communication. The future is where my destiny awaits. But yours lies outside of these doors. Go. Create a future where hope reigns, and the tragedies of the past are but memories. No one but you can accomplish such things.
Nothing we say will make you change your mind, will it? Onwards to a brighter future. It won't be easy, of course, but that's exactly why we'll do it.
We'll catch up with Alag, just you wait. We'll cover all that lost ground before you even know it.
Well said, Wedge. It'll only be a few years before we come knocking, G'raha. Then you're in for a rude awakening.
You shall be witness to Noah's accomplishments. Pray keep alive our successes and forgive us our failures. And may we meet again, my friend. The 12 keep you till then, Rambros. I look forward to learning of your exploits. And you, Erwin, I know history will remember you. No doubt your heroism will be the star by which I chart my course when I awake. Well, now I must rest. Recalling so much has put me in the mood for sleep. Farewell, my friends. I eagerly await a future born of your courage and the ancients' wish. It's hard not to think of what Graha just did as damning himself, although we do know that... I do not know how his story ends. I only know that he's going to come back into it in Shadowbringers in a big way. But I believe, well, we're a long, long way from there. Longer than we think. Those who survived looked to the Crystal Tower.
The Crystal Tower slumbers again, then. 'Tis too quiet for my taste. Goodbye, Sid. I must put all this at my back. Possibility beckons, and I am bound to follow.
Ting!
A new dawn has come for me.
Seems like your phone's still ringing down there, boyo. Report to Rambrose one last time. It's bright out here tonight. The tower awakened and sleeping once more. Perhaps dreaming more lucidly than it did before we tread there. Should we have dared? Would the angels have? You've just missed Sid, Erwin. There is much that needs his attention if he is to fulfill Graha's wishes, it seems. But this is not the end of Noah, no matter how lonely St. Koinox find has become for our friend's departure. We must all walk in different directions now. Remember that we labor for a brighter future lit by Graha's beacon. Sealing the Crystal Tower was but the first step. Farewell, my friend. May our paths cross again. We completed the Crystal Tower quest series by speaking with CL, accept a quest, let trade items. You don't need that. Exiting New Game Plus mode. And with that, not for this point in the playlist, but out here in real time, we are done with ARR. I think that pretty much rocked. Some of those cutscenes in there were incredible. It's all a little half-baked, maybe, when you introduce this character, and then, I don't know, it worked on me anyway. I felt it, although I think that I have a different perspective on these events than these characters do. Graha is a slave to this ancient empire. He has the power that he does because that princess did not want to bear it for herself. And it is described, as we heard in the book, as a dark pact, as a curse. He's just another cog in the machine of kings. That said, with the kings themselves gone, maybe he can take those means of production that he was hoping that they had hoped he would merely be a functionary to preserve, and turn them to some righteous end. We can only hope. It will be many, many hours before we find out. So let's get moving on that. See you soon.